Hey y'all, Toad here. Well, what we're going to do today is we're going to throw together a nuke. And what I'm using, and yeah, hey, there's a factory-made honey super down there. That's a whole nother story. What we got here is just an old board. You know, nothing special. And this is what I started with. These were cutoffs. And frankly, I don't even remember where I got them. Got 2 or 3 of them laying around the shop. And let me show you where I am. I already started this because I know I don't like saw noises or anything as much as the next person. So here's where I'm at right now. And basically, it doesn't get a whole lot more simple than this. We'll get the frames out. And yeah, it's just a 5-frame nuke. And let me unclamp. You know, you can get the measurements off the net, but if I remember right, this is 20 inches long, and a 5-frame nuke, I'll annotate it if it's wrong, but I think it's 7 3/8 inch wide. And these are just butt joints. That's all they're going to be. Yeah, I'm going to drill pilot holes. Yeah, I'm going to nail them. Yeah, I'm going to glue it. And then to get this, let me get a better shot at that. To get this rabbit, which is just a little notch, and here's what it looks like on the side I just took off. There, a whole lot easier to see. There's a couple of ways you can do it. If you have a table saw, you can set your table saw to take one notch out, then hold it up. Or, you know, I have the router table, and I got a bit set, and quite frankly, you know, duh. Took me 2 passes. Could have probably done it in 1, but didn't want to heat it up. So, you know, if you have some basic shop tools, it's pretty easy. And what I have to do now is go ahead and make the entrance. And as soon as I get set up, I'll show that to you. Okay. Now, you can see I used a Forstner bit. And, yeah, slow your stuff down if you're going to use one of those. And one thing, I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera, but that actually, this entrance hole is drilled at an angle. And basically what I did is I had it up like this, just to give it a little bit of an angle, because when it's sitting there, any water that just kind of dribbles in, you want it to come back out. So that's what that little angle is for. Now, as far as the size of the entrance hole, me and Dirt Rooster went back and forth about that for a while, and you know, we just didn't know. So I went with a 1 inch. I think that's what that is. And I'll be straight up with you. It just, let me see. Yeah, I get my fingers in the way. Yeah, that is a, yeah, nope. That's 1.25 inches. I went with 1.25 inches. It just looked right. I mean, I wish I could tell you there's some great scientific thing there, but no, it just looked right. But now we just got to move along, and let's go ahead and assemble it, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, well, here's our little friend pretty much assembled, and looks like it's going to be all right. And all I used on the bottom, again, this is an old piece of plywood. Is it perfect? No. But, you know, it's good enough. And, you know, on that note, I want to make really clear, if you're going to make your own, whether it be a nuke or a regular, you know, a hive body or whatnot, while you try your best to make everything just perfect fit, square and everything, if you have some tiny little gaps, especially in the hive bodies, you know, don't sweat it. The bees are going to propolis it all up anyway. If you've seen some of my other videos where we have to pry things apart, that's the propolis. That's the bee glue. And they're not going to hold it against you, believe me. So, I guess what we got to do now is decide what kind of cover and what kind of entrance hole cover we're going to make. And let's see what I got lying around for scrap again. All right. Well, over here in my little stash of plywood next to the freezer, I found this piece of luan that's plenty big enough. And in the other stash, I found this piece of old fence board that I just went ahead and zipped through the planer fast enough just to take those real rough edges off, but not anymore. And, alright, let's knock together a cover. Alrighty, well, there's the top. And of course, you know, it literally is nothing but just some scrap wood threw together with a little piece of plywood on top. And there you go. The last detail was I wanted a way to open and close the hole here, and that's how I'm doing it. So it's just a stainless steel screw, and you know, if it gets loose, I can tighten it, or I can just put a piece of tape on it. Whether this will stay, or how big this hole will get, you know, remains to be seen. But total time, yeah, about an hour. And all scrap wood. I suppose I should count the 11 cents for the screw. But, you know, that's what happens when you get out in the shop. And in my case, I was kind of sort of watching a NASCAR race. So instead of sitting on the couch, I got a NUC. Alright, well, we might see another one or two of these pop out in the future, but thanks for coming along for the ride. Fair winds, y'all. We'll see you next time around.